Hello people of YouTube. I would like to start this next installment by retracting a little bit of what I said in the last video about how Temple is going to be. It actually wasn't all that bad, you know. I got to see people I hadn't seen in a while, I got to talk with people, and I'm gonna go next week at the request of a good friend of mine. Going on, I can honestly say I had an adventure today. I went with my family to run some errands. That's pretty much it, but what happened was the adventure. You'll like it. We went to a Turkish grocery store for a barbecue we're going to have tomorrow. We got one of my favorite things there. It's called sucuk. What it really is Turkish sausage, which goes very good with eggs. After that, we went to visit one of my father's friends for a while. Very nice guy. He has CDs all over his apartment. And his TV, like this big plasma screen, he set it up so it's just like a computer monitor. I thought it was very cool. It was a great setup. After that, we went to meat farms for vegetables and stuff, you know, to make salad. And during this adventure, not at meat farms, but like when we were going in between places, I saw a sign in front of a lawn on the fence, and it said, "Welcome back, Private Michael." And that made me a little happy because, you know, an enlisted man got to go home, and that's like a very great feeling. And I found it very heartwarming, even though I didn't know the man. Which brings to mind the don't ask, don't tell policy. I don't know if I understand it well enough to talk about it, but I have to say it's a bittersweet policy, both in practice and when they repealed it. Simply put, it seems to me that if they don't ask, you don't have to tell. But then I start to think, what if someone is in a committed relationship, or what if someone is in one of those relationships where they have to tell someone? Logically, they'd have to tell someone who can help facilitate them, you know, in case something happens. And that really seems to put a lot of stress on someone, you know, and that would possibly be one of the things I would think about if going through the whole recruitment process. Actually, I went through the whole recruitment procedure. And I gotta say, it seemed to be like nothing but tricks. You know, it was like they were trying to sell you something. You know, it was the same thing I did when I was a salesman. You know, I sold knives to people. But anyway, back to the point. And that is, if the Army is going to have open doors for people, they should help facilitate everyone who wants to join the Army, not just, you know, a selected few, even though the Army is a selected group of people who are willing to fight for their country, but they should be doing that with a little, you know, with a little help. Going on to another related note, I don't know if I want to give into my curiosity for a while, just because a good friend of mine posted pictures of herself on Facebook, and to say it in a polite way, they kind of put me off. Don't get me wrong, she can be very attractive when she wants to be, but not in the way she wants to be, if that makes any sense at all. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. I'm sorry if you actually see this. Really, I am. Please don't hate me. Going on, I gotta say I'm kind of excited that a couple of my friends have started vlogs about being home over the summer. I didn't actually think any of them would be willing to do it, but, you know, I guess in some way it brings us a little bit closer when we're far apart. And I like it, you know, it's easy, it's kind of fun. Can't wait to see you guys again in Plattsburgh. We're going to have a great time, and I have a good feeling about this semester. You know, I think it has a lot to offer. I love you guys very much. And this is Scorned Lo Fortuna Dine, signing off.